Hello and welcome back to another Last Cloudia video. My name is DK and today we are going over another character build video. Again, I was not able to pull this unit, but my good friend Odium here. So he will be joining me on this journey to build Roland. So say hello, Odium.
Hey guys.
Awesome. Hello, guys. Hey, man, be more enthusiastic.
No, I can't do it. Too tired for that.
I'm tired. Yeah, it's been pretty rough with Annie, staying up late, just in general, everybody's really hyped about it. So I hope everyone's having a great time during this anniversary. Again, like I said, I was not able to pull Roland. So I've been just kind of watching other people, in my Discord build him, and we've been kind of going over to see, what would be the best, idea for building him. Just because this kit is very universal, you can do quite a bit with it. So right now we have kind of like a set build, but we're gonna go ahead and start off with the summary, and we'll move on until to the equips and then into his skills. So he is going to be a soldier type. We're not gonna go over what's in the green here, or really his stats in general. I mostly wanted to go over his resistances and ailment resistances. I do believe we are running equips with some resistance buffs. Yeah, so we're doing a curse res. So we're going to go ahead and remove this just for now. Let's go ahead and take, oops, sorry. Let's go ahead and remove that real quick. And we'll go ahead and remove the armor too.
Yeah, his armor is
Yeah,
+1.
so we can actually see exactly what we have working with here. So for his stock, and these are going to be really important to cover because as you can see, he's really good on the resistance area. He has a weakness to poison, he's neutral on blind, and then resistance to silence, curse, and stun, and then a neutral to illness. He does suffer a little bit from attribute resistances, so -5 to fire, ice, earth, lightning. My gosh, I could have probably just kept him neutral on at least a little bit of those. But he does have a nice high resistance to light, which I think in some cases sometimes when you have a unit that's light or dark, they usually have a resistance down, which is kind of on some cases only. But that's a nice 20 right there. And then 25 to dark, which is awesome. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we cover this just with the armor alone, and that's exactly what we did. We do have his paid armor here, which is going to give us a continuous Grand Brave effect and an MP plus 10%. It actually does have a nice defense and MND to it as well, and then that extra resistance to stun. So that's going to actually put him at nil. Yeah, Odium was able to get all of his paid equipment, so we're going to be using that for this video. There are several other things you guys can use. Just, basically kind of build with what you have. Don't worry about too much about what I'm using on my equip, but this is just ideas. So basically you want to use the equipment to cover your bases on, or try to cover your bases on the resistance for status ailments. So right here we're covering blind and silence because he does come with a lot of magical stuff. So we're going to go ahead and make sure our base is covered so that we can become nil on that. And then for this one, he did have the gauntlets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, which are named Greaves, which is really weird. So another paid weapon for Roland. For this one, its light damage cap is 1500, which is very nice. Physical attack damage plus 10 and special damage plus 30, but also really nice because it does come with a plus 5 on ice and thunder, which is going to put him at a neutral stance. And then his ailment is a resistance to curse, so that's going to put him at a nil on curse. So we'll go ahead and equip that, confirm it. All right, so now we have.
And if you don't have the paid too, you can always go with
Right.
other substitutes like Mithril Relief or something
Oh,
like that. Move speed is going to be very nice on him.
yeah, definitely. And Mythical Relief is on a general arc, so if you guys want to look that up, check out Lake's Goldmine, and they'll tell you exactly what specific arc, but it is a general arc, so you guys should be able to tame that if you don't have it already. And Mythical Relief is just really good. So as you can see here, we went ahead and covered our bases with the neutral stance on resistances. He is no longer weak to anything, and then on the ailment resistances, we put nil on the three most important things for him, which is going to be silence, curse, and stun. Resistant to blind, it might or might not happen, and if it does, there are support characters to get rid of it, so it's not too much of a handicap. So next we can go on to the abilities. We do have for his S1 Shining Delta. So forward dash to close in for medium area light combo attack, damage cap plus 25 100. Get that out, dude. So yeah, so I mean, so what's cool about his overall skills that we've kind of noticed is that most of the time enemies do get kind of lifted in the air on everything. So if you guys are running sky high, it's an extra 20% to physical. That's really nice, and we'll go over that in the skills. But just to give you guys a reminder that he does kind of lift a good majority of the enemies off the ground, so it's a nice little percentage buff. For the S2, we have Star Geyser. Instantly close the gap for a medium area light combo attack that launches enemies into the air. Again, a lot of stuff with Sky High 2, even Sky Lord. I don't think we have Sky Lord on general arcs or anything like that. But yeah, Sky High set will actually work really well with S2 as well. Skill 3, we have wide area, long range, light combo attack with around target. Give defense plus 20 buff to all allies in a wide area around the unit. That's awesome. Oh, if you that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Damn. He really does. Yeah, we can definitely call him a support for sure. Yeah, 100%. He does a lot of stuff for the allies, especially with just attacking alone. It's pretty nice. For his S4, we have the Glorious Finale. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite S4s in the game right now. It is very colorful, very nice. Has a lot of flashy move. It is single target. That's the only. I know a lot of people were kind of complaining about that, but it is something fun to watch. So for this one, it's a powerful light combo attack to an enemy / attack damage cap plus 25k. Very nice. For traits, we do have the Air of Adele. When using a skill, damage taken minus 50%, which is pretty awesome. Jeez.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's really good, and can't be interrupted by most attacks, which is also really good. But you did say that you were noticing that he was flinching sometimes.
I think it was probably just a bug. I hit a Roland that was also using S1 in the arena. We both charged it and started slashing, but then I got bumped out of it somehow.
That's weird.
Yeah, kind of strange. It might have been magic. I'm not sure, but I didn't see anything.
Interrupted by most attacks. I'm probably have to ask a couple people what that means. So there's got to be some. So if it's at all attacks, that probably mean all attacks, but it says most. So there's got to be some type of attack that will interrupt him solely, kind of proprietary attack. I don't know, something like that. But still, the fact that he does come with some anti-flinch is amazing. When only one weapon is equipped and it is a sword, chance to boost skill hit count. Now this, guys, was just kind of a game changer when it comes to dual wield. It's pretty much half a dual wield, so it's like a mini dual wield. But the fact that he's specifically a single wield sword user. The fact that they gave us this to increase hits is pretty awesome. The only thing is that you have to make sure all your allies are alive, which should not be a problem, especially with team comp. Running Theria, Gin, a tank like Gorm, Granados, or Rudo. There's so many ways to keep your units alive. Mindscape does really well at reviving people upon death. There's just a bunch of ways to keep units alive, so there shouldn't be really a problem. But whenever all allies, 3 allies are alive, skill 1 you get +3 on hits, skill 2 you get +6, and skill 3 you get +9. So like a mini dual wield, and that's awesome. I hope to see more of this stuff on single wood units. If it's only solely on him from here on out, then that's fine. So for Heroic Lord, we have light damage +30%, damage cap +8k. When in trance, boost skill damage and damage cap. Effect changes based on the amount of MP used when activating trance at max MP 500 or more use. So you do get 150% boost and a 30,000 damage cap for Roland. So with this, there's been a lot of debate around it, whether you should use it or not. Odium is actually one of those people that is kind of like, it's okay. And I do kind of agree with it. It is very conditional. And the reason why I say that is because you really have to have some kind of team comp to help you gain your SCT back. Or you can run Honey Elixir, but I mean, there is several ways to make sure that you can at least keep that 30k cap along with active skills for use. That would be Spirit Breath, which is recovering SCT on healing, and then there's also Glass Record. And Glass Record does proc with Spirit Breath, I'm sure. It's been a long time since I used that. that method because I've been using Honey Elixir. I'm spoiled now with Honey Elixir, so I don't even Blast Record. I've kind of not been using it, but yeah, I feel like Blast Record on him, if you are going to use the Trance skill, it's gonna be a lot of work. So if you guys do have that arc, or again look into that, it should help you out a lot. Or there's several other ways to get your MP back. With either Honey Elixir, Warm Apple Pie, WAP, Weary's Apple Pie. Weary's Apple Pie. There is yeah, there's several ways of getting it back. So, but like I said, it does shrink all of your skills down to 1, right?
Yeah, all stock goes
yeah,
down.
all stock goes, no matter what, you can increase it. So it's kind of a huge bummer. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the E5 board because I always like to talk about wards. For his ward, it's actually really nice, worth the 200 SC. I mean, SC, worth the 200 souls. Light damage cap plus 100. I will take that cap any day because it does stack up eventually. E5 in the board, I recommend doing it 100% because this character doesn't really need Slayers. You can run Slayers if you have the extra SC, but I feel like he doesn't really need them. He casts very well. A lot of his damage leads through resistances, so he's very good on that part. But I know we did test him on 100% resistance, and I believe he was getting half, right? Odium was getting maybe 10% less of what his cap was.
With a extremely bad chemical, yeah. So bring it down to 65 and hitting on high speed, whatever the heck that stage is called.
Yeah, high speed.
Hitting him, he was doing cap with S3, then the other skills he was doing like 3K to 4K under cap.
Oh, okay. Damn, yeah. So still really good because high speed, he's 100 or 110. What you said?
He's base 100, so
okay.
using the chemical brown down to 65.
Right, yeah. So he's 100. Yeah, he's 100% resistance to light. So he was a good test to see how much damage we could do on full res. And
if I wanted to push it further too, I could have also used Shadow Circle too,
right,
and that would have made him cap on everything.
Or even a Slayer, which we didn't.
Yeah, or a Slayer.
Yeah, which we didn't use a Slayer. So ideally, Slayers are really good for him too if you want to get, if you were really attacking someone with full on res, which is kind of rare. It's just really rare when you have something like that at 100% res. So if that is the case, and this is the only character you have for DPS, then of course run the Slayer. For this build, we won't be running any Slayers, but just always keep that in mind that Slayers are still very, very good. So like I said, for his E5, we do have light attack raise 3. So very good. And then you also want to make sure you guys are knocking out his skills. We definitely don't want to lose out on percentages here. Heroic Lord, this is a Z5 also. This is tied directly behind for Trance for max damage. So yeah, this is important too if you guys are going to be using that. So again, E5 is important. Go ahead and use your Mega Clusters to finish it out. It will definitely be worth. There's a lot of value behind it, including that extra 10 SC. So moving on to his skills, and this is where we're going to talk quite a bit about what he can and cannot do, why we're doing it this way, stuff like that. And of course, we're going to move on to what other ways we can build him. So for this one, on his magic, like I said, he does have some pretty cool magic. The original form did come with God Heal, so they did transfer that over. His charisma is pretty good. It's only special damage, but it's nice. All allies special damage plus 20% and damage cap plus 2k. And of course, that is only for special damage. Special damage taken minus 20, does not stack with other charismas. Now, the reason why I do like special damage taken is because you can't proc a lot of you awaken from stuff like that. Whenever you get hit with special, if you get hit and it's for the kill, you die. So I'm starting to become a big fan of special damage on the minus 20% here and there, minus 10%. So it's really cool, like special shield. There you go.
And when you fight a lot of the Godforge bosses and stuff like that
right.
too, like the big lethal attacks are generally their specials.
Exactly. So that's gonna help you, reduce that damage. So and this is for everybody. So this is gonna be a huge. And honestly, like with ads and like basic attacks, your team won't really die. It's mostly that special attack on Godforge that's gonna knock you guys out. So the fact that he does give you a minus 20% for a charisma throughout the whole entire party. That's pretty insane. I really like that. A God Heal, it's an oldie but a good one. Recovers a lot of HP, single ally, 0 casting, just almost
Yeah,
instantly. And that's another thing with him is that he doesn't need any kind of casting speed. He does really well with what he has. Even Honey Elixir, right? Almost instant.
almost instant. Yeah,
Almost instant, yeah. So we are running Honey Elixir on him. For this build, we're not really. He doesn't really like to use Trance as much, but if needed, we will. But Honey Elixir will basically restore all skill stock at the whenever it's used. He does have Goddess Kiss, so I've seen pretty good procs from him. So his autos are very good, probably in the 30, 40k sometimes. So you instantly get your MP back. Therefore, Honey Elixir benefits greatly from it. If you don't have Honey Elixir, there's other several ways to do SET. Like I said, Glass Record, Spirit Breath. The Pose of Glory, if I'm saying that correctly, is Return of. Is that Pose of Honor or Pose of Glory? I forgot.
Glory is SC and
SC.
Honor is MP.
MP.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like I said, there's tons of different ways you can do that. Stardust Heal recovers moderate HP to all allies. So I don't know. I'd probably take off one of these. I mean,
yeah, he doesn't need them both.
yeah, it doesn't need them both. But we'll just leave them on there for purposes that it does come with his kit. So for here, we're going down to Trance. Again, this is what's needed for his trait 2. So if you guys are going to use it, it is 200 MP. It's the same cost at Honey Elixir. So use it wisely. If I were to use Trance, I would most likely use it only on the final wave for that extra damage. I know people are like, what Moonsaber? So Moonsaber is actually a lot of fun. What happens here is, and it is only specific to sort of a Secret of Mana, or no, wait, yeah, the Mana series collaboration. This was on an SR arc, so HP absorption to a single ally on regular attacks. So he will gain HP back on regular attacks to help maintain his overall HP, because we didn't build him crit, and we took off Proud Force. And I feel like for him, maintaining HP with crits was kind of difficult because he's not really a crit user. And I think Odium tested out a couple things on that too. And we went ahead and decided that Moonsaber benefited him a little bit more. And at 4 SC at 12 MP mana, it's great. There's really so much value in it. So just think about that. If you guys don't have that, of course, build your crit and your Proud Forces to help you maintain that HP. Again, we're going to kind of go back and forth on this for people that might not or have these skills. So like I said, if you're not running Moonsaber, I would definitely recommend doing a crit build with Proud Force.
And using a crit sword as well. Like, there's plenty of
yeah.
good crit holy swords in the game.
Yes, yes, it makes we definitely want to keep that crit rate up as much as possible. So moving on to his actual passive skills, there is a couple. I think there is one more prism coming in the event. That's what we kind of heard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from actually the one that's going on today. It's the big giant robot guy.
Oh, nice.
1,000 of his coins is a prism.
Oh, that's awesome. That's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for that extra 3 SC, and then we'll kind of figure out where we put that. And there's a couple of things. We probably, honestly, we might put it on crit. Who knows? So for here, we do have his free kit, which is anything free will be a 0. So resolve up is going to be defense and M&D 10%. Heroism.
I feel like I need to throw this out there too.
Yeah.
I did pull a couple Roland dupes, so that's why its SC is higher.
Oh, that's right. You did pull because you were so lucky.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. So yes. Okay. So this is okay. We'll leave it like that then. That's fine. If you don't use dupes, then if you didn't get any dupes for Roland, which I totally understand, we can go ahead and just say that you can just take off a couple things that you don't need. A lot of his damage is really good. So a lot of this extra stuff is mostly for survivability, because I'm a big survival guy. Yeah. He's got great defense, so I think it's gonna benefit him greatly. If you could stack a little bit of that survivability on him, and the fact that he has a lot of non-flinch passives too, so that's pretty cool. So for heroism, up 3, we have strength, defense, and HP plus 10%. That's freaking awesome. I care less about the strength part. I think the HP and the defense, I'll take that 100%, especially at a free skill. Sure. Yeah. So we have guard, chance to to guard automatically, guard charge. So all this stuff is going to be the defense side. EX guard, when guard is equipped, damage taken during guard is minus 15. When HP drops to 50% or lower, guard rate up. So yeah, big tank. Reduces chance of receiving criticals. Royal armor is very expensive for what, yeah, I think it's 7. The fact that it's free is awesome. Like I said, we're not running any kind of slayers, but always, like I say, reserve that extra 8 SC for your slayers if you need them. If you are running low on percentage on damages, that's going to help you greatly, along with special boost right down here. He doesn't come with special boost, which kind of sucks. Because he does come
Yeah.
with some pretty cool slayers, so that's going to cost you 6 right there. So if you do have the extra 6, go ahead and throw that on there, along with your slayer if you're needing some extra damage. He does have Godbuster. Now this was I didn't realize until Odium had told me, but they changed the name to anti-God type now. It's no longer Slayer or Killer. Not I mean not
Yeah,
Killer or
no,
Slayer.
no
Well,
Slayer effect,
Slayer
quote
effect.
unquote.
There you go, or effective damage, some weird shit.
Yeah,
So now it's give physical attack, special, and counter to anti-God type effect. So that is gonna be a God Slayer. Yeah,
yep.
but
It,
it's
it's
interesting because it has counter and it's really cool.
yeah, it includes counter and
And
special,
special.
so
Yeah, which is really
all that
nice. I mean, we nobody
there.
really uses counters, but that kind of hints that maybe some kind of counter units coming, which I would love to see. Uh,
Well, in the patch notes, they said they increased the effectiveness of counter,
right.
and they increased the SC cost from 2 to 6.
Oh
So
wow. Yeah, see, like I kind of want to
I
see.
hope it's good.
Yeah, I've always this for about a year already. I've kind of wanting to see a counter unit. So hopefully we'll get to see one in the future here. We have Divinity Shield, which this is hands down. I want to see more of these. Damage from divinity types, which are going to be God, Dragon, Spirit, and Undead, minus 20%. That is huge and it's free. So that is awesome. Soldier Mastery, when unit has soldier type, strength plus 10% and give physical attacks to anti-sniper effect. So that's going to be Sniper Slayer. Damage from snipers is minus 10. So it does come with Sniper Slayer, along with kind of like a Sniper Shield. And then he also gets 10% to STR and physical. Or yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still thrown off by that anti crap.
that's weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. So for auto protection, that's awesome. 20% to physical damage reduction. So we will take that. Fast speed, we earlier we only had one SC to mess with, but we kept changing the kit around because I was like, you know what, let's do it like this. So here, automatically activate speed at the start of battle. We will take that. It's only one SC. Not that big of a deal. I'm sure when we get that extra prism, we'll probably change that up a little bit. So because of Moonsaber, he is maintaining his HP quite a bit. So we went ahead and threw on STR plus 20% and using Pride, because he does have Pride 2 for free at max HP, extra 30%. So that's an extra 50% to STR just off of these alone. So yeah, that's nice. And Moonsaber will help him keep that HP up. Now this guy is debatable because a lot of users will not have this right away. If you don't have Kagasuchi, then you fortunately don't have Light High Drive, and if you don't have the new UR, you won't have Light Mega Drive. So if you are
Yeah,
yeah, so these two are very specific to URs, therefore it could be a little problematic when building him. There are several other things you guys can use, especially with team comp like Terramel 3, Terramel 2. I went completely backwards on that. So uh
yeah. Like instead of having this UR skill, how about this UR skill?
right. So I mean honestly, yeah, if you're using team comp with like maybe V or someone who's casting elements, Terramel 1 and 2 will grant you very good physical damage. If you're not able to have these two, if you do have the new UR, congrats, and go ahead and throw that light mega drive on him. 15 SC is a great cost for this because of what it can do. Special and physical is plus 30%, and then you also get a 2000 cap to damage. Huge. Light high drive is just as flat 30% to physical and special from the UR Kagasuchi. So these two can be swapped out if you don't have them with several other things. Just mostly go towards percentage damage when you do that. That will help you out greatly.
Yeah,
Um,
you could really swap those out if you are fine with hitting conditionals. Yeah, Terramouth 1 and 2, and then Backstab and Ambush.
exactly.
Those are actually going to give you more percents than those two skills combined.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and it's a total of less SC than that too. So there's a good alternative
Yeah.
to it if you don't mind hitting conditionals.
Right. Also, again, Slayers. If you're having trouble with hitting the
Yeah.
percentage damages and you don't have those either, you can use Slayers and Special Boost, and you're still getting, if not more or equal to, than what we have here. So there are several ways to save. Don't think that if you don't have this that you can't do damage. There's several ways to get past that. So just keep that in mind. And as we go down the list, I'll definitely call out the ones that you could use to help you guys out. So the next we do have the light attacks. Again, these are huge, 30% to light damage. This one is 30% plus 2k cap on light attack damage. This one, none of these affect special, so this will be just the physical. The next thing we have is light synchronized. Now I love this because of how unique it is. I know it's conditional, which does kind of irk me just a little bit, but just the fact that you have to use Logmegia to get light damage plus 30%. And then a damage cap plus 3k. So there are ways to get Logmegia pretty quickly. I hate to say it, Summoner Lena can do it pretty quickly. There's other cheese ways to do it, but just the fact that
You don't have to summon it, you just need to set it.
oh really? Oh, it's set. Oh, okay. You know what's funny is that I actually use Logmegia for increasing my S4s and stuff. But okay, so yeah, never mind. I take that back. So all you have to do is set Logmegia to your party, and you automatically get this buff right here, which is awesome. I hope they do this more. I want to see more of these. I really do.
The only other person that had that was Shift Eliza with
another unit I don't have.
Yeah.
Man, I don't have anything, man.
Fire something, forgot his name.
To be fair though, I didn't pull for her, so I don't feel too bad about it. So the next thing we have is Sacred Guardian. So recovery magic power is stop. Plus 20% recovery magic cast speed plus 50%. That's why again he's so good on casting speed. So huge, and it's free. Great. Pose of Glory. When defeating an enemy, slightly recover SCT. That's gonna help you maintain SCT. If you don't have Honey Elixir, or if you use Trance and there's ads on the field, you can go ahead and knock out those ads to refill your SCT. And also, I kind of really recommend running Spirit Breath on him if you don't have a lot of this stuff. So just keep that in mind, guys. The next thing is Royal Feast, which this is awesome. It's a huge save because it's not Pirate Feast. Pirate Feast is 9, and this is exactly the same, but it greatly recovers your HP. Fully restore all skills, SCT, and greatly recover HP at battle end. You can't. That's amazing. I love that. Yeah, no, so good. The next thing is Goddess Kiss. Again, this is going to help him proc for his MP to help him maintain it, to help him with Honey Elixir if you are using it, and all his other skills like Trance and whatnot. If you're trying to use Trance more than once, this is going to help you refill your MP pool. So make sure you guys use this, effectively. We do have Sky High. Like I said, a lot of his moves do knock units in the air, so an extra 20% to enemies. Damage to enemies in the air is plus 20%. I will take that for 4SC. Just additional damage. If you don't have Sky High, if you don't have a lot of the light attack ups, you could use Surprise Attack and Backstab. This is 50% when hitting from behind and 30%. So a total of 80% at 6 SC. This is going to be really good for a substitute if you guys don't have it, along with the Terror Melt series. We only have Terror Melt 3 taught to him because we were running increased damage, and we were running melee on as a team comp, so she was doing her her thing with her ailments. Therefore, he was benefiting from the 30% and 2k cap. Again, if you don't have this one, go ahead and run Terror Melt 1 and 2 if you are running melee or V, or even Logia for ailments. He will benefit from that. All right, so this is the area that is kind of like, oh, what'd you do that for? So Chivalrous Mindset is an actual OG skill on the original Roland, which is this guy right here. This one is going to be sword and armor equipped 50 STR, and armor defense is plus 50%. At 7 SC, and the fact that it's on a general arc these days, it's very good. He does not come with it. He does come with Mindset 2. The reason why I do like this is because I'm a big survivability I really don't care too much about the strength, but 50% is nice. but it's mostly the defense. Especially in Godforge, when you're using him to fight bigger enemies, you definitely don't want to die in the process of like attacking because a lot of his stuff is anti-flinch. So you want to make sure you are taking hits, but taking them well. So you're definitely surviving everything. And then he does come with mindset 2, which is sword armor equipped to get another 100%. So that's 150% to STR and defense. And then when he has trance, he gets another. No, wait, that's only for physical. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's physical. So like, yeah, but even with trance, STR 150 plus his physical 150, that's pretty. Like calculating all those numbers is wild. He has a really high, just he can hit really hard. So we went ahead at 7 SC, we increased his DP his SCR and his defense. So that's why we decided to go with that for right now. The next thing is, and again, general arc, so it's great. So you should, if you don't have it now, you will eventually get it later for him. Especially with the 25 free pulls that are going on during the anniversary. So good luck to you guys on that. For this one, we have extra attack shield. For this one is damage taken from extra attack and the second hit of dual wield type skills, minus 30%. I feel
kind
like
of weird.
yeah, it's weird. I feel like it's only for like arena, because I mean you don't really know like Oda, do you even know like what the unit like the enemy has? Like, oh well, that goblin has dual wield.
Yeah, there's like, to
There's
my knowledge, there's like no enemies with dual wield or
yeah.
with extra hits. So I'm just like, okay.
So that actually might only benefit arena if they are running dual wield. Most cases a lot of people don't use dual wield in arena, but in some cases they do. They're gonna get screwed over because that's minus 30%. Actually, if you know you're fighting, if you notice that Roland is plaguing arena and you're arena player, probably take off dual wield. You're getting nerfed and not even knowing about it. So yeah, minus 30% on dual wield type skills. So pretty wild. Favorite sword, one of my favorites for one weapon users. 30% to attack damage, physical attack damage, and physical damage cap plus 10k. That is awesome. And we're able to teach it from the new UR. That's so cool. The next thing we have is, now these are what we're gonna laugh about here in a second. Now me and Odin have been talking about this, and it's just a weird concept on what they did here.
Yeah,
So
it
we
feels backwards.
it is very backwards. So for Doppelhander, we have when only one weapon is equipped, we have physical attack damage plus 20%, crit rate plus 10. Fantastic. I will take that crit rate any day. It's rare that we see 10% crit rate. So when we do, it's huge. And physical attack damage cap plus 5k. Again, we will take damage cap with Roland. Roland is hitting between, depending on who your support classes are, between 80 to 88k, maybe even a little less, but very, very high single wield damage. And the fact that he does have a mini dual wield built into him, he's getting effective hits too. So he's getting he's getting hits,
I'm just gonna throw in that's also with trance.
and that's
Without trance,
without
yeah,
right.
without trance, it's like I've can reliably do like 54 to 56, depending on what I'm running,
Right.
basically.
And yeah, and I, of course at max damage with trance, he's hitting between 80 to 88k, which is really cool to see. Without trance, like Odium said, what was it? You said 48 to 50?
Technically, you could get up to like 95k if I put a little bit more int on him,
Oh,
or
right.
int, MP, because I only
Yeah.
had like, yeah, I usually only run like 380 to 400 MP on them.
Right. I feel like players that are like more a little bit newer, they probably won't be hitting that kind of damage. A lot of the older players will be like, "Oh yeah, damage cap 100,000k, easy. We'll find a way." But ideally, some players are just going to be kind of stuck at that, 80, which is really good. I wouldn't say even stuck. That's amazing damage for
Yeah,
a
like
single
yeah,
wield.
you should be able to hit like 80 pretty
Pretty
readily.
easy. Yeah. So you guys are gonna have fun seeing these large numbers, which kind of wild. A lot of before everything was the high numbers were kind of conditional. Now him still a conditional thing, but it's fun to watch. So back to Doppelhander. Moving to Doppelhander Boost 2. This one, it's supposed to be the better version of Doppelhander. Now, the only thing that kind of threw me off was the boost part. I know that some people are saying that Doppelhander is the first one and Doppelhander Boost 2 is the second one. But the way I look at it, I'm like, shouldn't it be Doppelhander 2 instead of
So,
Doppelhander Boost?
Somebody in another Discord also pointed out that in his skill tree, it doesn't say Doppelhander Boost 2, it says Two-Handed Sword 2.
No way.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Doppelhander or anything like that.
We're gonna go look at that after this segment right here. But yeah, so that's interesting. But anyways, if it's supposed to be an upgraded version, we want an upgraded version. So when reading this, we only get when only one weapon is equipped, and it's the sword. Physical attack and special damage is plus 20% and 6k cap. So the only thing in here, so the biggest benefit is the special damage and the 1k cap. I honestly would never have taken out that extra crit rate.
Yeah,
It should be,
they valued the 20% special in 1k cap as equal or even better than 1k their 10% crit.
and it's not, because Roy special is not that big of a deal, and it's a single target. I could understand it if it was multiple targets, but it's a single target. And I couldn't value special damage and a 1000 cap over 10% crit. But even with Doppelhander being a booster, I would okay, so ideally what this probably should have been was 5%. If it was gonna be, if they were gonna negate or like even lower the crit, I would have taken physical attack and special damage plus 20% and then 5% crit rate with 6k cap. I just
Yeah, or even 5k cap. I'd lower 1k cap for 5% crit.
exactly
I would
right.
readily do that.
Yeah, I just don't see the point of an extra K. Like I don't. So I would have taken, like Odium said, that's actually better. 20% to physical and special, 5% to crit rate, and then 5k cap. That would have been. I just don't find it as a big boost. I don't know. It's debatable amongst others, but it is a free part of his kit, so we will take it. Sword boost is when sword is equipped, physical attack plus 10%. Sword high boost, 30% to physical attack, and then his free mega boost, which is 30% and an extra 2k cap. Again, guys, this dude is hitting like a truck. Mega armor boosts. We have defense plus 20, physical damage taken minus 10, and damage taken from bosses minus 10. I will take any kind of damage reduction from bosses, hands down. They hit the hardest. I'm really not a fan of damage reduction from non-boss enemies. It just seems like a waste. I feel like we're just destroying ads, destroying wave ads and stuff like that. I just the biggest point to any fight is the final one. It's the most important. So the fact that we're getting more and more damage taken from bosses is awesome. And then also the special damage, because special damage is one of the main things on bosses that knocks you down. So it's a great effort on that one. So for armor HP plus, when armor is equipped, HP plus 15%. That's awesome. We are running Sharp Eyes for the extra 50% for damage. You do use 3% of your max MP, which is practically nothing with him because he procs pretty well with Goddess Kiss, so maintaining that MP pool is very easy. For Berserker, make sure that if you guys are running Moonsaber will help you recover all your HP loss from Berserker, therefore will help you with maintaining your Pride, which could kind of really mess with this a little bit. So this is all kind of when you're using Berserker, it is kind of a timed boost because you will continually lose HP, which would gonna cause Pride 1 and 2 to not really proc, which we might rethink that a little bit. I'm not too sure.
I just think Berserker is just way better because
yeah. No, I mean using Pride.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking about taking out Pride 4 and let's say using it for anything else.
It's 4 SC. I mean, you can put like defense up or something. Like you could go like HP up. Like I don't know. That's what like I would do. Like, but
yeah, honestly,
to me, it's almost negligible. Yeah, you can even do that.
Yeah, for now.
I really don't think you need more strength, but I just like overkilling things. I like guaranteeing a cap on anything. That's why on this I don't feel like a Slayer is necessary because you're going to, I want to globally cap rather than only kill one specific thing. If you can do it to everything, then what's the point? That's just my mentality on that.
And that's another thing with Roland is that Roland is his free kit is so good that you could play around with all the stuff that you have that you want to add on to make him better. This way that we're doing now is not the best way. Don't get me wrong. This is the way we're doing it, but it's not. There's different ways you can do this. If you want to build them high defense, you can. If you want to build them high damage, you can. If you want to build him like where he just survives solely on people healing him with Glass Record for SCT gain, you can.
Yeah, you
There's
go
just
block and counters like build. Yeah,
right.
you could do
You could
anything.
do so much. It's a very unique character because you can do so much in the background with him, and that's why I feel like, even doing this build video is kind of like we're kind of just holding them to this one specific thing, and I want to make sure that I'm clear that you don't have to do that. You could watch this video and build them like this, and then change it to make your own effectively. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is just a build that I came up with to cap against all content
right.
without using a Slayer.
Yeah, so he could basically grab Roland and be like, you know what, I'm gonna use him for this because why the hell not? And that's exactly what this build is. It's just a universal build to help you get through whatever you need to do. So
He
again,
can also he also lived through the new Kraken fight. He was like my damage dealer for that fight, and he lived through the entire thing.
yeah,
So like with this build, it's not really tank oriented. It's not really anything like that, but he still lived through the entire thing.
right, right. So yeah, and I watched the Kraken fight with him. It was very effective. I was actually surprised on how well he survived it. So this build will work against the Kraken fight as well. If you guys are having trouble with that, and you do have Roland, I don't have Roland, so I'm using A2 and it's working great. So if you have A2 and you were not able to get Roland and you were able to get the UR, you're gonna have a pretty easy time. Of course, building is necessary for that too as well.
Oh yeah,
Um,
one caveat about that though. I did have Fish Shield on.
oh, Fish Shield. Okay, minus. What is that? 20%? 10%?
10%.
10%. Okay, which is really nice. So yeah, again, you could throw that. You could do that. Like he's just so universal. You can put on all types of different stuff on him. That's what's really cool about him. It's not one specific build. So the next thing we have is Cloak of Majesty. Damage taken from non-boss enemies. I hate this thing. Uh, it's minus 10%. I really don't care. Like I said, guys, I'm not a fan of non-boss damage reduction. It just
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't really play a
Cloak of
factor.
Majesty is it's
Yeah. You're not gonna get knocked by an ad. I'm telling you right now. When taking lethal damage, use 50 MP to survive and greatly recover 2 times. This is godly.
Yeah, it
I
is.
love this skill. Oh my gosh, this thing is amazing. I want to see this on AUR. I will hunt it down. um,
It works like from zero as well. Even if
yeah,
the cat kills you, it heals you.
and it's only 50 MP. You won't see your whole bar
Yeah,
drop. It's just so amazing.
it happens twice.
2 times per wave, guys. And it procs with other Awaken and from Zero. This guy is hard to kill. He's very hard to kill. So the fact that you could even make him even more tankier is insane. He's just this walking block of power. So really cool. We're coming towards the end on our last one. And of course, it's one of my favorites, and I do not have it. Besties. If one other ally also has besties, equip physical and magical attack damage. We'll have a plus 15%. That's huge, in my opinion. I love that. All you have to do is equip it to somebody else for 5 at sea. Huge save for 15% on physical. I will take that 100%. So again, guys,
Just for a PSA though, real quick on besties.
yeah,
Just a PSA for it. Only have it on. It has to be exactly one other unit. If you have it on more than one unit, you will not get the effect. I'm just throwing that out.
right, yeah. So yeah, don't put it on everybody. You're gonna
No, do
screw.
not. It's a
You're,
waste of everyone's 5 SC.
right, right. All right. So I know we kind of went over the skills when we were doing his actual summary, but we'll go ahead and go over what we have here. We have Holy Blade Zahadojin. So this is a Godforged blade. Now, the reason why we're showcasing this blade right now is because there is a chance to get it right now for completing the events going on, which is the Battle Lords it's called.
Yeah, the 4 Lords of Ruin, then the 5
Battle Lords or some shit like that.
something like that.
Yeah, so those two
Commanders,
events, yes, those two events will get you the 2 swords needed to craft the Holy Blade, Zahadojin. This thing is badass for Roland. There is a reason why his UR arc did not come with the weapon this time around, and there is a reason why this exists, and I feel like it's for Roland. It is a physical attack damage plus 50% at battle start, close to death, autocast, brave, aura, and speed. So at close to death, whenever his damn lethal damage thing procs and you revive yourself, you're gonna get brave, aura, and speed, which is 20% to strength. 20% to INT, and then I think it's +1 to speed on this one.
+2.
+2 to
He's
speed.
+2.
Okay, which is awesome. So we'll go ahead and favorite that real quick. And the fact that you can God Forge this up to 40 and increase the stats. I believe this becomes now 25 at 40, if I'm not mistaken.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah, it should be 25. If I'm wrong, Odium's checking it for me real quick. But that is huge, huge. Make sure
It
you
does
guys.
go up to 25.
Yeah, so 25 guys on that damage. So make sure that you guys do at least try to get those 2 swords out of that battle lords and the 4 gods shit, whatever. Make sure you guys do that as quick as possible if you're able to. The next thing we are going to talk about is paid. Well, we already talked about this. It does increase his weaknesses that he did have. It was a lot easier to get the paid this time around. If you did participate in the guaranteed UR on both ones, you're pretty much guaranteed these 2 pieces of armor. That's awesome. They didn't do that last year, which I really loved. So anything on the UR carried over to Roland's paid area. So I don't remember that happening on him. Do you?
No, they did not include that last time.
So guys, another thing I want to point out: this anniversary has a lot of really cool gimmicks and like a lot of cool like ways they did things, and it's really, really, really beneficial to the paid shops and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're not able to get these, there's several different armors you can run, and I really do mean that. There is even what is this? This is from. I mean, this is actually for recovery magic casting speed because he does have magic, but I mean it's pretty much instant. Like whatever armor you guys have, as long as you're running armor on him, it's gonna work.
I don't have the God Forged armors, but both those are excellent.
Yeah. So Godforge armors are really good. If you do have Kyle's free UR Guardians, that armor on that arc is very good. If you do die, it's got a high HP. It's got a good defense in M&D. It also has a really cool active skill or passive skill, whatever you want to call it. When you die, you do get 25% to all stats. So that's huge. So just whatever you guys have on the armor side, go make sure you equipped it. The best one you have. This thing right here is really good. This is going to be on the new UR for Roland, and we will be showcasing that UR as his recommended arc. For this guy, this is something that we don't really see too often. And this is why I feel like this has such great value, as physical light damage is plus 10%, which is very nice. But nullify SCR and strength debuffs from active skills. Yeah. Most of the time, when you're fighting a boss, there is a little gimmick in there that will knock down your defense and strength. With this equipped, you will nullify that, which means that he maintains his strength the entire fight. You don't have to worry about it. The only thing you might have to worry about is his M&D dropping, but who gives a shit? So this is super solid. Do not sleep on this if you have the UR. Grab those ether pots or grab your AER farming team and make sure you snag this. It is very important for anybody that you are using in this game. So, and then the fact that it comes with 2 reses, blind and silence, I will take that. So definitely worthy of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-star item from the AER. The next thing and last thing we have here is the heroic greaves, which again, those are gauntlets. Those are not greaves. This is going to help him with his damage cap, gives him an extra 1500. And then physical attack plus 10 and special damage plus 30. So again, super solid. There's other things you can use. Tons of stuff. This is from the free UR from the Voss.
Yeah, it's from Voss.
Voss. Yeah, this is light, dark, non-attribute plus 15%. If you guys don't have a lot of this stuff, there's tons of stuff you can use.
The new Godforge accessories are really good. Eden Glare Ring and Black Diamond. Black Diamond is really good, I feel like, on him.
Yeah, so Eden Ring is really, really good. This was when dying, heal all enemies and revive all dead except 1 unit. So basically, if you're running this with like Ring of Wisdom, which I don't know if you have, yeah. So you auto revive when you die, and for this one, if let's say it's you and everybody else is dead, you die, you heal everybody, you stay dead, and then you get revived with this ring. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can make this work.
Because he has 3 he basically has to die 3 times to die.
Yeah.
So when he's probably going to be the last one standing.
Right.
So if when he does die, he can revive everyone else. Because I don't know, it
Yeah.
just it times out really well. Same thing
Right.
with Black Diamond. Black Diamond also has the if you are missing the UR gore for the Ring of Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Black Diamond does that as well, and Black Diamond also increases all your stats by 5%,
Yeah.
and it has like 70 something strength. So yeah, Black Diamond is really good. I am a big fan of both the new accessories.
Right, right, and it's super solid. Also, if you for Roland specifically, he will not benefit from the protection because he does have auto, but he will benefit from the magic barrier. So that's kind of nice. But again, we're not really using that on him. We're using the greaves slash gauntlets.
Yeah, just if you don't want to be a big stupid whale, you can
Right.
do that.
Yeah, don't be like us. All right. So that actually goes over, all of his skills and how we built him. Overall, character is really good. Look, the sprite is probably one of my favorites right now. Very similar to the way OG Roland looks. As you can see, they kind of kept the same stance on the sword, and actually as a sprite, it really is the same stance. Really cool. They just kind of buffed his sprite up a little bit. As you can see there, a little pixelated. Um, a
I
little bit.
feel like regular Roland has like a really big head, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Shift is a little bit more like
Yeah.
the scale.
Yeah. As far as
Look at
artwork,
that. His head's like
yeah.
the size of his chest.
Yeah. As far as artwork entails, OG Roland definitely has one of the best artworks with the dragon in the background. This guy, I felt like this is a little more outdated with the whole guardian behind him, like kind of like the way Thunderbolt Sevio was. You have
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's initially what I thought when I saw this. I was like, wow, is this like a throwback art?
right.
Like back to when everyone had their like weird avatars and stuff
Right.
behind them.
Yeah, so like that's why I was like, are we going backwards on design? But I mean, I get why they use it because it is primarily his UR arc, the new Eldravana. But yeah, so really good artwork. I'm so super is really great character. Wish I was able to get him, but I can only do so many pulls on him. So the next thing we're gonna go over, and this is gonna be also very debatable because a lot of users will not have, certain arcs. But the arcs that we are gonna currently use on him, let me go ahead and jump to this party. Um, let's go ahead and swap this guy out and move on. This is gonna be one of his best arcs for him. Only reason B is because it benefits solely single wield damage cap. So for this one, we have SCR plus 10%. Each wave gradually boosts SCR max 50%. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the El Dravana, which is original Roland arc, has a very similar.
Yeah, it's physical damage,
Yeah, physical damage slowly boosted as time passes, max 50%. So we can
which
go.
is way better.
Yeah. So but there's a reason why this one is this one and that one is that one. This one is going to benefit more damage cap. So for this one, we have Battle Start, get a basic status ailment resistance buff +2, which is awesome. And
Yeah,
that's going to be
insane.
across the whole board, right?
Yeah, it's +2 to everything.
+2 to everything, which is insane. So a lot of his basic status ailment. Yeah, so you will see a lot of. Actually, he should be almost nil to everything, either
Yeah,
resistance or nil.
he'll be nil to everything if at his base. If he was naked and used this, he'd be nil to everything except for poison. He would
Oh
be
no! Please
he'd only be
don't.
resistant to that.
Please
You gotta
don't.
watch out. Watch out for the poison.
Please don't poison Roland. Uh, so we also have when equipped with only one weapon, skill and special damage +6k. I will take that gradually because more. It's not tied specifically to light damage, which is humongous for me because now you have Shift Lanceville, you have A2, you have Shift Roland. They all have single wield and very high damage. We are just increasing that damage cap by 6,000 and also increasing that special damage cap. So
Your
amazing
favorite
arc.
your favorite Bayland as well.
Yes, but Balin is kind of like my hybrid. I use either Balin on
Yeah,
dual
you
wield,
can go either.
either way, and I've actually calculated the damage on Balin, and it's minimal loss on dual wield. I mean on single wield, very minimal. I think it's like maybe like 2k loss on dual wield.
Oh, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all because remember he gets his crits, and you can do pursuit damage. So
Oh, true, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, it really does even out with Balin. And I'm gonna vouch for Balin while we're on this video.
Uh,
Balin's my
oh,
boy.
Balin's fine. I don't have
Okay,
anything
good. I
bad
was
to
like, yeah,
say
if I say
against
Dante on
Balin.
this video, it's over
Yeah,
with. Oh,
Dante's a loser.
all right. So with that spoken, we know that his UR arc is the best. Now let's talk about what other arcs we could use for our boy Roland here. If you do have El Giovanna, this will benefit him as it is special damage plus 120 during each wave, slowly boost physical damage at time passes, 50%, special cap plus 5k. It's not the absolute greatest arc for him, but it works. Another arc we can use. Let's see here. Let's go through the
You can
art.
use a lot.
Yeah, you can use quite a bit. We won't go through all of them, but I believe like we can use Icy Guardian. If need be, you could use Sword of Corpses. This is gonna give you a crit rate on Sword equipped. You also get 30% crit damage, 2% to 2% plus 2 to curse res, and then it boosts your SCR as defeating enemies up to 10 times, so an extra 40%. You can also use
You could use Bolt. One thing that I thought of was Bolt Bearer's Ascent.
Bolt Bearer's Ascent. Am I? That's a SSR, right?
Yes, that's an SS. It's Shift Lance Veils. Right
Oh,
there on the right. Yeah, right there.
gotcha.
Uh,
This. Ooh,
it's not for the first part. It's
right,
for the special part. He gets his special back really fast. Minus 30% damage, physical damage received for 40 seconds buff. Hey, I'll take it. And
right,
then it also just single wield cap that isn't tied to an element.
right.
So
2K.
there you go. You get 2k cap right there.
Right, so if you're like, oh, I didn't get the arc, but I want that extra cap, this will be a good, and this will help you on your defense side as well.
Yeah.
And another thing is chivalrous mindset is on here. Like I said, this is a
Yes.
general arc that will have this for you. So make sure that you guys do teach this just in case. Also, man, wait, hold up. We also have Sky High on here too. So
Yes.
this is a great arc to have for Roland at the time being. If you
And
don't have
ultimate boost too.
yeah,
If you wanted to make it
Ultimate Boot.
special.
This is a great arc. It really is. And if you were using it, I mean, again, STR 370, 317, and the stats haven't even been boosted yet, so this can go even further. So HP is really nice at 3122. It's a really great arc for him if you need to use it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about Roland special just real quick
Yeah.
too. It hits really hard. I'm just gonna say that. I did the Kraken fight when he was Ascension, Awaken, whatever the little crystals that you need souls for.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I only
Awaken
had him
3.
on 2. Yeah, well, yeah. So he's only Awakened 2 when
Oh.
I did it,
Uh-huh.
and his special was the boss is broken. I'll say that right now. But his his special was still doing. It's like what 39 hits. Each hit was still doing like 42, 43k. I'm like, that's
Wow.
pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's super good. Uh, yeah, that Kraken fight is no joke. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm so glad that they're giving us harder content. So yeah, I'm having a blast doing it. Another arc we could talk about, especially for Kraken, is the Silver Grey Swordsman. Physical damage boost proportional to enemy size plus 40%.
Yeah,
He's
really
humongous,
good.
so you are automatically gonna get that 40%. Boost movement speed, make him quicker, and then you also have each wave damage from skill first use is 50%. Not the this is okay, not really that great. The nice thing is the extra 40%. Another honorable mention before we stop talking about these arcs here is
I'll talk about another one too if you don't
okay.
mention
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I am a huge fan of Secret of Mana.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, so the
Really good.
reason why, and a lot of people don't really talk about this arc. Now, this arc is very good because a lot of the times we are running Pureblade Muramasa, which is a sword, or now we have a lot of single sword users. But Pureblade Muramasa is a very well thought out sword in Lost Cloudia right now. So you are automatically gonna get boost physical damage attack based on number of buffs on the unit. Now, if you ever pay attention to the bottom left hand side of your little character, you're gonna notice that buffs are just kind of for days. So you are 6 buffs is pretty much nothing these days. So that extra 30% to physical is very nice. And then also when a party includes a male, female, and other unit types, you get an HP plus 25%, and then a 5% stat to 5% increase to all stats. I don't see how that's a loss in any way, especially all you have to do is run a sword. Conditions are very well met on here. So great arc if you do have it. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people don't really talk about it as much. All right, Odin. What arc are we
Okay,
talking about?
so I was gonna say one would be Phoenix Blow.
All right.
I just like Phoenix Blow a lot. Increases your skill damage by 25%. That's pretty
Okay.
nice. And the other thing is when killing an enemy, you get 25% chance to get 10% special gauge. Just lets him fire off a special a lot more, especially
Right.
if you're running something like because he does not come with auto brave or anything like that. If you don't have his paid armor, there's no way to get. Look at all the shinies on there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. I'm dumb.
but but
You guys will never see that again on arc.
if you
So.
have like power circulation, if you're running something like that,
Uh-huh.
you can give him brave for 40 seconds when you use it special.
Oh, there you go.
So there's some play between it. And his special, like I said, is very good. And then
Definitely.
playing off his special being good, I just also want to mention Doom Dozer.
Ooh, Doom Dozer. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "What, Doom Dozer? How
Yeah,
dare you?"
I know. It's because of the last effect of it. Well, for the first two are okay. You get
That's not bad. A
20% more
physical.
physical damage against bosses.
Yeah.
But then the last one that I could have used on Kraken, I feel like it would have actually been really nice, was when the boss is broken and you use a special. Every special does a pursuit hit for 50% damage.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's pretty cool.
So
That's just fun to.
yeah,
So these are gimmicks. These are fun gimmicks to do on bosses. I would not recommend
yeah.
using this arc as casually. Uh,
No. Only
it's
on like fights that you really want to crush something when
yeah.
it's broken.
Right. So, in some cases, like Kraken is really important because there is a 3-minute timer on him on the last wave. So knocking him into break is going to be very important for some people, and some actually I've seen some just do raw damage. Like I was able to just do raw damage with A2 and knock him down, to 10 or 5% left. So you don't need to break Kraken, but if you are looking to do that and you wanted to, you know, make every hit count, this I could see why Doom Dozer would be very good.
Yeah,
Um,
he like Kraken just becomes really resistant to damage when he gets like below 10%.
right,
And
right,
if you can break him and pop a special, use like Great War of Ruin, pop it again. Like I don't know, the damage will really rack up with a Doom Dozer equipped.
right. Yeah. So a lot of the arcs that we did mention here are going to be general pulls. So therefore, don't feel left out that we're using LRs. And I do try to keep out the LRs out of here, because ideally, if you are running an LR, um, it's gonna look kind of like this. Now for LR arcs on Roland, I probably would only stick to maybe from 0, which this one's a very nice one. One of my favorites actually.
Yeah, I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
SCT recovery speed. Now this is gonna help him with trance. So specifically too, because he only gets one stock when he's in trance mode. So he will get that recovery speed up to 10%. He gets skill damage plus 20, and when the skill from 0 activates, which this is an amazing skill. It does absorb all your MP, but it absorbs a portion of it depending on how much you have. Um, it does auto cast Grand Brave, Grand Aura, but when unit dies, and it also revive a random. It just has a lot to offer. There's just a lot going on with this arc. So this is actually why, and the stats are very, very good. We have
Yeah, really
HP.
high stats.
Yeah, very, very high. Look at that, 488 on strength, 356. Just insane stats. I don't have every LR, but any recommendations on the LR arcs?
If you could go for cap racing, that Resistors of Titans wouldn't be a bad choice.
When hitting an attribute weakness and physical attack damage plus 20%, when the scout regiment is set STR plus 10, movement speed up, physical damage. Bosses, nice. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that. Only if you're hitting that attribute weakness, I kind of a conditional, but
Yeah.
if you're
I'm
using
just saying if you don't have anything else really.
right, and you're using a good support a team where they're going to be nerfing, weakness. They're using their circles to lower attribute resistances, stuff like that. You can definitely make someone weak against like
Yeah. It's easy to make anything weak if you're going for it.
right. Also, I think this one might be really good too. No, it's machine.
Machine equipped. Yeah,
Yeah,
gross.
blah. I just wanted to throw that. So as far as arcs go, there's a lot to use on him. We did, like I said, we did point out the major ones. Even other URs, I wouldn't even say a lot of these are that good either with him. Yeah, I mean, if you have Council of 10, I mean, of course, Melee
I
Mirror.
mean,
If you have
if
Melee Mirror, then this is a great one for him if you're doing ailment damage. If you have a support ailment team, this is going to benefit you. This one gives you a plus 4K and then boost damage hit. I mean,
it's good on everyone.
it's good. It really is just an amazing arc.
I
Other
would say
than that,
if you're really thirsty for a special, you can equip Makudyne, the SR.
yeah, which I don't think you really are. It's
No, no, you
no,
don't.
his special is really cool, but you don't
I'm
want to
just
keep
saying
doing it
if you're
over.
thirsty for it, it looks really cool though.
Yeah, so we actually yeah, so that goes for arcs and stuff. Now, coming to a conclusion on Roland, we have seen a couple of fights with him in arena. He does very well. S3 is it's a pretty good nuke. It really is. He has a great survivability in arena. So if you guys are running him in arena as a unit, he is definitely going to um, benefit really well in there with all that defense and stuff. Very hard to kill also. So I can't wait to see what other people do with him. But as far as the unit goes, I really like him. Again, he's kind of like what happened with Melee. I was really a big fan of Melee. As I started messing with his skills and kind of going through his kit, I just kind of found that he's just very good. People have been debating whether he's okay with pulling, worth not pulling. I think he's definitely worth pulling, but definitely don't go broke over him. If you are able to
Yeah,
get him.
that time was past. That was Melee.
Yeah. Yeah, go broke over Melee. But yeah, no, he's super solid. So if you guys did get him, make sure you do build him. He's gonna definitely, I could definitely foresee him carrying you through the entire game. No,
Yeah, he's definitely one of those units that will carry you through the story, like all of it, basically.
right, right. Odium, do you have anything that you want to say before we end this video?
Melee is better.
God.
Uh,
God damn.
they're not really the same role.
Yeah, I was at two different roles, man. God
Yeah,
damn.
no, I know. I just wanted to just start that off with a zinger. But
Oh man.
he's I really like him. At the beginning, I was like, oh, this clown. Look at this A2 wannabe. Uh, he's surprisingly good. I really like him. He caps crazy easy. He is tanky. He offers a nice like little niche
Yeah.
of big damage while also having some nice support qualities, while also kind of having a little bit of tank qualities. So
Right.
if you really wanted to push him to tank, I'm
Yeah.
sure you could. If you really wanted to push him to support, which you probably shouldn't, you
Yeah.
probably could.
Right.
Uh, but he is just a good all rounder that will fit into basically any team.
Right. All right. Well, there you guys have it. So yeah, very solid unit. So maybe yeah, build him. You guys are gonna have fun. But again, guys, thanks for watching. This was kind of a long video, but it was a lot to cover. He has a lot to offer. We wanted to make sure we talk about as much as we could. So thank you for sticking around. If you did make it to the what is this hour? I think so far,
Yeah,
almost an hour. But again, guys, I appreciate all of y'all's feedback. Go ahead and drop in the comments below. Again, Thodium, thank you so much for allowing me to review your account, and thank you for hosting this little segment with me, man. I appreciate that.
oh, anytime. It's
All right,
fun.
guys. Well, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Content will be coming out a lot through this anniversary to see, to help you guys out through it. But again, I will check you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon. Peace.